There was a time when I used to let what people thought about me get to me. It would bother me. And so often I would never respond directly to the situation, but I would internalize um, my experiences. And for a long time, I would hold on to these thoughts. And over a period of time, I developed an insecurity as such. And I can't quite pinpoint when I changed, but it was in my adult life where I got to a point from my life experiences where now I don't care anymore. And that was my development as a human being. I don't care what anyone thinks about me who does not have my best interest at heart in the first place. So I have to qualify that statement. There are those that know me, and they know me intimately, and they know what type of individual I am. They know what I represent and what my character is. And they treat me accordingly with respect, and for the most part, with the utmost respect. But there are those individuals who have a tendency to talk down to you, to be slight with you, and to talk about you behind closed doors amongst other like minded people who basically are ignorant, and to demonize you and to try to disqualify you as someone of value. Have you ever experienced that? People that talk about you for no good reason at all, especially when you have done nothing wrong, when you have done nothing to them. It is just who they are. And as I forestated, there was a time when this young man from Georgia, now living in Ohio, with those southern ways of hospitality and saying yes ma'am, yes sir, and respecting my elderly and loving everybody and shaking hands and hugging and kissing people just because that was genuinely who I was as a person. Still being confronted throughout the years with people that hated me for no good reason at all. Or at least they appeared to not like me or my person. And this is what I found to be true. Anytime you represent anything that is wholesome, upright, and that is good, you are always going to find opposition and adversity. There's always going to be someone who is going to try to rain on your parade. They're always going to try to make it appear as though you are not legitimate in your cause and that you are fake, when you know otherwise. That's simply the world we live in. And these people, by nature, are actually evil. I hate to say that, even many of our family members. Now, being a family member doesn't disqualify this type of behavior, because human beings are the same no matter where you find them, and they can be your family as well. And many of you can attest to this. I'm sure many of you have already experienced similar situations where your family turns against you when you try to further yourself, when you try to add some additional education in your portfolio, when you try to enhance yourself economically or financially by starting your own business. When you become an entrepreneur, when you own something or you have a little bit more than they have, they begin to look down their noses at you and start to make all kinds of insinuations and snide remarks about you and put you down. That's opposition. What I have found is this: you have to treat them with a long-handled spoon. You don't stop loving your family, but you have to keep them at a distance and do it in the spirit of love. Let's avoid conflict, because it's not going to get either party anywhere. If anything, it's going to separate you further from one another. Continue on your mission here on planet Earth. Do those things that you have been ordained to do as a human being. So if you're a passive individual and a loving and a caring individual and a giving individual and someone who wants to try to build something for yourself and or your family, continue to do that and don't let anyone deter you, because you only have one life to live. And it's important to you to achieve everything that you possibly can that's of value on this side of the grave before it's too late. It's that simple. I'm not going to let anyone stop me from achieving my dreams and my goals at this stage in my life. I'm in my mid-50s and no man on this planet is going to stop me from achieving those things that I have set in my heart and I've set in my mind that I'm going to accomplish. They don't have the power to do that. And I hope that you are of like mind, because if you allow anyone to stop you from achieving that thing that you hold dear, that you're passionate about, you are a fool. You're being foolish, because you owe it to yourself to be the best you that you can possibly be. And don't let the years pass by when you're well up in age and you're looking back and saying, I wish I could have done that, or I should have done that. It's your fault. No one has the power to stifle you. No one has the power to stop you. If it's in you, it's in you. And if it's in you, you make a decision. Have a definitive purpose. This is what I want in my life, and I'm going to achieve it. Start setting goals for yourself. Depending on your age, some of us long-term goals, some of us short-term goals, some of us mediocre goals. But set a goal regardless. And don't just say it by lip service. Say it and then do it. Say it and put some feet on it. And it shall come to pass, because you've thrown it into the universe. Forget about opposition. You're going to have that. Who cares? You're letting or allowing people to control your destiny when you are supposed to be in control of your own destiny. Now the question is, are you or are you not? Many of us are laden with a multitude of complaints and excuses as to why we haven't done something or why we won't do something. But that's you. But there are those of us on the other side that say, I'm going to do it regardless of the obstacles that's been set or placed before me. I'm going to do it regardless. There are many success stories. Are you going to be one of them? Or are you going to be one of those pity party individuals? Those people who hang their head down and say, well, if it wasn't for so-and-so, I would have been able to do such and such. Get out of here with that nonsense. If it's in you, then you need to grasp hold of it. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to take action. Stop talking about what you're going to do and just simply do it. You're going to feel good about yourself. And once you have reached that plateau in your life, you're going to look back and say, look at where I've come from. I've come a mighty, mighty long way. I'm here now. And then you can see clearly to go to the next stage or level in your life. Forget about the naysayers. Forget about those people who are talking about you behind your back. They don't matter. They're not in the race. They're not in your race. Run the race. The most important thing is don't jump out. Stay in the race. You will finish in your own time, but you will finish. That's the most important thing, is to finish. And once you come across that finish line, you can raise your hands in the air and say, I did it. I've achieved my goal. Now I'm ready to set the next goal, and I'm going to do it. That's that. That's it. And that's all. This is Brother Teacher. Don't let anyone deprive you of what's yours.